You find yourself alone in an empty cinema. As the film begins with the dimming of the lights, you notice the silhouette of someone wandering through a desert far away. It's an unusual way to start a film. Numerous thoughts cross your mind as the camera gets closer, bringing the figure into clearer view. Walking in such a place seems unbearable. You imagine the intense thirst, the scorching sand beneath your feet, and the unbearable heat of the sun on your skin. The film now reveals the main character's face, prompting you to reflect deeply. During a quiet moment, the sounds of the silent Sahara fill the theater. You ponder over the possibility of being virtuous in such harsh conditions and conclude that it is indeed possible. Yet you're puzzled by the protagonist's contentment in such an environment, wondering about the message the filmmakers intended to convey. The idea of being content with so little in the desert seems counterintuitive. The character, as if in dialogue with the barren landscape, seems to find everything they need, challenging the typical notion of survival. Your thoughts are interrupted as the protagonist, in a moment of introspection, poses a question about focus. Despite not fully aligning with the protagonist's perspective, you find yourself respecting their unique viewpoint. As you stroke your chin contemplatively, the scene shifts unexpectedly. The protagonist, with a serene smile, prompts you to touch your hair in a reflective gesture. Could this be a shared moment of understanding? Suddenly, a vivid memory interrupts your thoughts. A family breakfast scene filled with jokes and morning activities, a slice of everyday life. This memory contrasts sharply with the solitary journey of the protagonist in the unforgiving desert. As the memory fades, the film brings us back to the protagonist journeying alone in the vast desert. They declare, "I am committed to doing everything within my power for myself and for you." It's a powerful statement, especially in a context that would typically invoke fear. Yet, this character finds tranquility and joy in such a daunting situation. How could they achieve such a state of mind? This echoes the principles of Stoicism, which suggest that true happiness doesn't require much, aligning with the concept of eudaimonia, a state of human flourishing and well-being. The Stoic approach is about finding peace amidst turmoil by focusing on what you can control and understanding the nature of the world. Stoics believe in the strength that comes from within, as noted by philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, who emphasize the power of mastering one's own thoughts. Epictetus advocated that by focusing on what's within our control, outcomes will align with our intentions. And Seneca advised that even in adverse conditions, we can find positive aspects if we understand what truly benefits us. These teachings suggest that internal strength is a choice and a guiding principle in our lives. Apart from these insights, there are numerous other Stoic teachings that offer guidance and strength. While it's impractical to detail them all here, diving into Stoic literature provides a broader perspective on their mindset and approaches for mental resilience. A pivotal lesson shared across many philosophies, including Stoicism, is that there's always a way to confront life and find happiness. This resonates with Marcus Aurelius's sentiment that, ultimately, you are responsible for your own state of mind. Stoic philosophy emphasizes personal responsibility in pursuing a fulfilling life, regardless of whether the path is easy or challenging, quick or slow. Embracing this approach is always worthwhile. A key Stoic concept involves using rational thinking to navigate life's challenges. Marcus Aurelius believed that we are naturally equipped to handle whatever life throws at us, provided we maintain our logical thinking and avoid being swayed by anger, impulses, or unrealistic expectations. This reinforces the Stoic view that happiness originates within the mind. Therefore, aligning our thoughts with our pursuit of happiness is crucial, focusing on the essentials and maintaining mental clarity amidst life's complexities. Epictetus skillfully addresses this concept in his theory of control, but let me offer you my own analogy to help understand this better. Imagine a scenario I call the water jug analogy. Visualize a clear glass water bottle on a table, surrounded by cups of various sizes, each labeled with different life aspects like work, hobbies, and self-study. The cups hold liquids of different colors. In this analogy, pouring these liquids into your water jug represents incorporating these aspects into your life. Each color layers separately, symbolizing how each aspect occupies a distinct place in your life. The sizes of the cups represent the availability or dominance of these aspects in the world. For instance, the cup for distractions like social media is notably large. Now, picture two individuals with their own water jugs. The first person's jug is filled with a kaleidoscope of colors, indicating a life cluttered with numerous distractions. They wish for more space for personal growth, yet their jug is already brimming with trivial matters like excessive social media use. Seneca's work, On the Brevity of Life, highlights the importance of valuing our time, suggesting not all leisurely activities are detrimental but should be balanced. The second person's jug contains just 3 layers, reflecting a focused and content life, possibly the protagonist of the movie we watched. This analogy underlines that your brain, much like the water jug, is a vessel for your thoughts and choices, shaping your perception of the world and the direction of your life. Epictetus encourages us to actively choose what's best for ourselves, implying that happiness is a matter of choice. However, our energy and time are finite, so it's crucial to discern what genuinely brings long-term happiness versus temporary pleasure. The essence of mental minimalism lies in filling our lives with clear, personal values and goals, not chaos. It's up to each individual to determine what fills their life, but it's beneficial to actively engage in self-reflection to identify these aspects. Keeping a minimal amount of liquids in our life's water jug, while necessary for practicalities like earning a living, should be balanced with personal growth and fulfillment. The key is to mindfully manage these elements to shape a life that aligns with our deepest values and aspirations. Stoicism stands out as a particularly practical philosophy among various beliefs and philosophical systems. It's not just theoretical, it addresses real-life challenges. Stoicism provides guidance on navigating difficult situations, discerning life's essentials, and understanding the roots of true happiness. Founded by Zeno of Citium around 300 BC, Stoicism rapidly became influential in the Roman Empire. Zeno's teachings in the Stoa, or colonnade, of Athens' marketplace gave Stoicism its name. The philosophy was embraced by a diverse range of individuals, from Emperor Marcus Aurelius, the pinnacle of power, to Epictetus, who started life as a slave. Seneca, another prominent Stoic, was a wealthy statesman and advisor to Emperor Nero. A common misconception about Stoicism is that it advocates suppressing emotions. This is inaccurate. Stoicism doesn't suggest hiding emotions, but rather mastering them. Stoicism is fundamentally about practical application, focusing on human interactions and the environment. It reminds us of the unpredictability of life, the inevitability of change, the brevity of our existence, and our limited control over future events. More importantly, Stoicism highlights a common pitfall: our misplaced focus, which is often the root of our discontent and happiness. We tend to overlook the internal aspects within our control, such as our attitudes, emotions, and decisions, and instead fixate on external, uncontrollable factors. Developing appropriate virtues and character traits is central to Stoic teaching, guiding us to lead a more fulfilled and balanced life. Stoicism has evolved through 2 distinct phases: ancient or old Stoicism, and the later, or young Stoicism. The former includes early figures like Zeno, Cleanthes, and Chrysippus, who pioneered Stoic thought in ancient Greece. These early Stoics were foundational but more rigid in their approach compared to later adherents. The latter phase includes well-known Stoics like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius. While their teachings largely align, each brought unique perspectives based on their diverse life experiences. Stoicism's universal applicability is exemplified by these individuals who range from slaves to emperors, demonstrating its relevance across all societal levels. Seneca, a renowned orator and one of the wealthiest individuals of his era, served as an advisor to Emperor Nero. He exemplified how one could thrive in society while upholding Stoic virtues. Epictetus, born into slavery, eventually earned his freedom and established his own school of philosophy, embodying the Stoic belief in personal freedom and responsibility. Marcus Aurelius, known as the philosopher emperor, was the last of the 5 good emperors and integrated Stoicism into his reign, balancing the immense power with philosophical guidance on personal conduct and priorities. These figures collectively illustrate Stoicism's adaptability and practicality, making it a guiding philosophy for various leaders and thinkers throughout history, including Frederick the Great, Montaigne, George Washington, and John Stuart Mill. Stoicism, thus, serves as a versatile tool for navigating life's challenges, offering wisdom and support, which explains its enduring relevance and periodic revivals throughout history. One of the core teachings of Stoicism is the concept that everything is a matter of perspective and opinion. In life, there's no absolute good or bad. Everything is subjective and based on individual perception. This is influenced by one's background, beliefs, and attitudes, leading to varied interpretations of the same event. For instance, one might perceive a job termination negatively, while another sees it as an opportunity for a new career or entrepreneurship. Marcus Aurelius aptly noted that our thoughts can transform obstacles into opportunities, guiding us in new directions. Essentially, it's not the events themselves, but our attitudes towards them that define their nature. Thus, a Stoic approach is to view every situation as a potential opportunity. Whether it's a job loss, the end of a relationship, or a health challenge, each presents a chance for personal growth and reevaluation. The key lies in how we interpret and respond to our experiences. Opting to focus on the positive aspects or the potential for growth allows us to exert control over our reactions and perspectives. This Stoic view encourages us to consider every circumstance as an opening for something new, shifting our focus from what we can't control to what we can influence and improve. On the flip side of perceptions and interpretations are actions and deeds. A fundamental aspect of Stoicism involves discerning what we can and cannot control. While this seems straightforward in theory, it's more complex in practice. For instance, consider natural phenomena like the sunrise. We have no control over it, so it's futile to be concerned about it. Similarly, in everyday situations like traffic jams or encountering unruly pedestrians, we have no power to change others' actions. Epictetus teaches that the path to happiness lies in not fretting over the uncontrollable. By focusing on what we can influence, we avoid unnecessary frustration and align our actions with our personal goals. Stoicism empowers us to shape our attitudes, reactions, thoughts, and perspectives, but acknowledges our limited control over external factors like others' actions, our bodies, and material circumstances. Some Stoics suggest categorizing influences into 3 areas: those we can change, those we can influence to a degree, and those we cannot change at all. Importantly, accepting what is out of our control doesn't mean passivity. As Stoics advise, there's a difference between accepting external conditions and being defeatist. For example, if it's raining and you plan to walk, you could either stay indoors or adapt by using an umbrella and rain gear. This adaptable approach is a key Stoic principle. This philosophy is not unique to Stoicism. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor, echoed similar sentiments, emphasizing the human capacity to choose one's response to any situation. Our daily challenges may not be as extreme, but they still test our ability to control our reactions. Ultimately, it's our decision whether to respond with frustration and anger or to embrace a more positive, stoic attitude. Focusing on what we can directly influence while disregarding the rest is a cornerstone of living a stoic life. Stoics advocate for embracing hardship and misfortune as part of life. They recognize that everything, including life, happiness, wealth, and health, is transient. Since nothing is guaranteed, we can expect losses and setbacks. Just as we prepare for tangible misfortunes with insurance and savings, Stoicism encourages mental and social preparedness for life's challenges. Plato emphasized embracing difficult situations without complaint, finding value in whatever life brings. Stoicism emphasizes mental and emotional resilience, preparing for potential problems. For example, when planning a trip, a Stoic considers possible issues like missing a train or losing luggage, mentally readying themselves for any outcome. This practice, known as premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization, helps in anticipating and coping with life's uncertainties. While some Stoics took this to extremes, imagining harm to loved ones, the core idea is to remain grounded in the present and appreciate the current moment. This approach emphasizes that life's joys and appreciations should be experienced now, not postponed for a future that may never come. Stoicism ingrains living in the present, despite the unknown future. Another Stoic principle is memento mori, the reminder of our mortality. This is not unique to Stoicism, but a common theme across many philosophies and religions. It serves not as a somber contemplation, but as a motivation to live well every day. It highlights the brevity of life and the insignificance of pursuits like wealth and fame. Stoicism teaches that what matters most is being virtuous and doing good today, as our actions and attitudes are the only true possessions we have. This philosophy encourages a life of humility, honesty, and awareness, accessible to everyone regardless of age, wealth, or health. Ultimately, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what truly matters in life, transcending external conditions and societal judgments. Defining what it means to be a good person is challenging because the concept varies widely among individuals. While articulating this idea is difficult, most people inherently understand and strive to embody goodness in their actions. The essence of being a good person, as per Stoicism, transcends precise definitions and emphasizes practical virtues. Stoicism's relevance in contemporary life lies in its focus on essential life lessons, being mindful of our end goals, recognizing our perceptions, and concentrating on areas within our control. Stoicism advocates for actively applying philosophical principles in everyday life, emphasizing the importance of living in the present and addressing fundamental human concerns such as mortality, loss, and the pursuit of happiness. The philosophy is rooted in facing life's adversities, as exemplified by historical Stoic figures like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, who each faced significant challenges, including war, political tyranny, and personal hardship. Their application of Stoicism provided solace amidst loss, strength in maintaining integrity, and equanimity in confronting life's uncertainties. They embraced amor fati, a love of fate, accepting life's darker aspects as integral parts of existence. Stoicism, therefore, emerged as a philosophy tailored for difficult times, offering resilience and inner peace. Its enduring relevance and periodic resurgence throughout history attest to its effectiveness in helping people navigate struggles. Unlike a religion or a specific belief system, Stoicism doesn't demand adherence to a rigid ideology or the guidance of teachers. It offers a range of insights and tools from which individuals can choose, catering to their unique needs and circumstances. The core of Stoicism involves cultivating inner strength and emotional balance, especially in challenging situations. It provides support and guidance, leading individuals on an inward journey of self-discovery and empowerment. This enduring philosophy, relevant 2 millennia ago, continues to offer wisdom and support today, and will likely do so for generations to come.
Managing anger with Stoicism. Anger is an intense emotion with potentially harmful impacts. Controlling this emotion is a challenge that many face. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, described anger as the most destructive emotion, impairing rational thought and leading to harm to oneself and others. Unlike other emotions, anger tends to escalate, making it harder to control, akin to driving a car with no brakes. Recognizing the seriousness of anger, which can damage relationships, communities, and even entire nations, it's crucial to address this emotion effectively. I'll explore 7 proven strategies, primarily derived from Stoic philosophy, that can aid in managing anger. These techniques have stood the test of time and continue to be relevant for those seeking to control their anger and foster more constructive conflict resolution. Anger not only poses a personal challenge, but also has broader social implications. Hence, mastering anger is pivotal for maintaining healthy interpersonal dynamics and societal harmony.
Delaying reaction for anger management. A practical approach to managing anger is to deliberately pause before reacting. This method, often taught in childhood as the count to 10 rule, can significantly impact how we handle emotional responses and conflicts. Typically, our immediate reactions are raw and unfiltered, driven by the heat of the moment without thoughtful consideration. Hastily reacting in anger risks exacerbating the situation and later regret. Instead, choosing a moment of calmness, such as pausing to count to 10, allows for a period of reflection, potentially altering our response in a more constructive manner. This pause provides an opportunity to think through our actions, helping to avoid regrettable responses. Understanding the source of anger. Seneca, in his writings, shed light on the nature of anger. Often, our anger is directed not at the action itself, but at the person responsible. For instance, when someone violates traffic rules, the irritation stems from their behavior rather than the act. However, if we introspect, we might find that we too occasionally breach rules. Similarly, feeling overlooked or undervalued at work or school can incite anger, but it's essential to acknowledge our own imperfections. We must consider whether our anger is justified, especially if we are also guilty of similar errors. This introspection can shift our focus from directing anger at the individual to addressing the behavior that triggered the anger. Character development for anger management. Cultivating a strong character is crucial for managing anger and effectively handling life's challenges. Character shapes how we respond to various situations, with some viewing difficulties as chances for growth and others reacting negatively. It's important to recognize that character is not fixed. We can work to enhance our resilience and positive traits. Building attributes like positivity and calmness can greatly improve our ability to control anger. While developing character requires effort and introspection, it's achievable. By acknowledging our strengths and weaknesses and being open to self-improvement, we can progressively align closer to our ideal selves. Daily self-reflection is a practical tool in this process, allowing us to evaluate our responses to daily situations, identify improvements, and plan for better reactions in the future. Differentiating between perceptions and interpretations. A fundamental aspect of Stoicism is understanding the distinction between perceptions and our interpretations of events. Events in themselves are neutral. Our power lies in how we choose to interpret them. For example, consider an insult. The immediate perception is the negative statement directed at you. However, how you interpret and respond to that insult is within your control. A well-known anecdote about Socrates illustrates this principle. When he was struck on the head, his perception was the physical blow, but he chose to respond with humor rather than anger or indignation. This Stoic principle teaches us that regardless of our initial perceptions, we always have the liberty to frame our own interpretations, allowing us to approach life's events with a sense of calm and insight, assessing outcomes and rational response. A key strategy in managing anger involves questioning its consequences and direction. It's essential to reflect on what our anger leads to, such as whether it will change someone's behavior or reverse an insult. More often than not, the answer is negative. Rarely does anger compel others to modify their actions. It's more likely to escalate conflict. Rational, calm responses are more effective in influencing others. Marcus Aurelius noted the futility of anger in altering outcomes, suggesting that it's more sensible to avoid getting angry if it only exacerbates the situation. The next time anger arises, pause to think about its potential outcomes and whether it truly serves any constructive purpose. Viewing society as a unified whole. Stoicism teaches the importance of seeing society as interconnected, where every individual plays a role in the larger community. Just as different parts of the body work together for the whole, people are meant to coexist harmoniously. This view emphasizes the need for mutual respect, understanding, and cooperation for societal progress. By embracing our roles in the broader context of humanity, we contribute to building a society based on compassion and respect. This Stoic lesson urges us to work collectively for the betterment of the world, recognizing our shared responsibility and interconnectedness. Breaking the cycle of anger with Epictetus. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, highlighted the cyclical nature of anger. Each instance of anger not only has immediate consequences, but also reinforces the habit, making it increasingly difficult to control. He compared it to adding fuel to a fire, intensifying the emotion. Epictetus advised confronting and diffusing anger promptly to prevent it from dominating our behavior. He emphasized that our consistent thoughts and actions shape our character. By striving to act with kindness and politeness, we gradually develop these traits within ourselves. Recognizing this, we must consciously choose our responses, understanding that yielding to anger only strengthens the habit. Controlling anger is challenging, but with conscious effort, we can cultivate a more composed and thoughtful response to situations. Anger's power and its management. Anger is not only a strong and often destructive emotion, but it also tends to intensify conflicts. Hence, adopting intentional techniques for anger management is essential. A key method is to create a momentary break between feeling anger and reacting to it. This short interval enables clearer thinking and a more constructive response. Recognizing that none of us are flawless allows for greater empathy and less judgment towards others. Developing our character is a beneficial long-term strategy. Through patience and effort, we can cultivate traits like positivity and resilience, equipping us better to handle challenging emotions like anger. Stoic philosophers, including Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, offer valuable lessons in reinterpreting situations, understanding the repercussions of our reactions, and perceiving the world as an interconnected entity where harmony and collaboration are pivotal. Their teachings, still relevant today, provide deep insights and actionable guidance for mastering emotional responses. To delve deeper into Stoic principles and effective emotion management, exploring their writings is highly recommended. Their timeless wisdom remains pertinent in contemporary society, guiding us to maintain composure and respond constructively in difficult situations. Philosophy's role in everyday life. Contrary to common perception, philosophy isn't just an academic pursuit, but is fundamentally meant for everyday human experience. Initially, philosophy aimed to help people navigate life's challenges and difficulties. Over time, however, philosophy has shifted towards academic circles, often confined to classroom teaching and scholarly studies. Yet, the essence of philosophy, derived from the Greek words for love, philo, and wisdom, sophia, is about embracing wisdom in our daily lives, especially when confronted with problems and tough decisions. Stoicism exemplifies this practical aspect of philosophy, offering wisdom that is directly applicable to day-to-day challenges. It remains pertinent across generations, addressing the core issues faced by individuals in their daily lives and providing essential guidance for a fulfilling life. The practical exercises in Stoicism are integral to its philosophy, enhancing resilience by preparing individuals for life's hurdles and contributing to personal growth and character development. These practices aim at focusing on what's truly important, fostering inner peace and leading to genuine happiness. Stoicism, therefore, serves as a vibrant philosophy for modern living, bridging the gap between ancient wisdom and contemporary life challenges. It underscores that philosophy's true place is not just in theoretical discourse, but in guiding us through the complexities of today's world. The importance of practicing Stoic exercises. The essence of practical philosophy, and particularly Stoicism, lies not merely in understanding its principles, but in actively applying them in daily life. A key Stoic practice is negative visualization, or premeditatio malorum. This technique involves mentally preparing for potential challenges and setbacks, thereby enhancing our ability to handle them when they do occur. Seneca highlighted the significance of anticipating the unexpected to mitigate the shock of adverse events. This mental preparation, according to Stoic philosophy, equips us to face life's unpredictable elements with calmness and composure. The effectiveness of negative visualization is in its ability to reduce the impact of surprise and anxiety, fostering a more measured and thoughtful response in difficult situations. This approach can be applied in various contexts, such as anticipating potential issues before significant events like job interviews, dates, or exams. For instance, considering what might go wrong and how to handle it, such as falling ill on an important day or encountering uncomfortable silence on a date, helps us prepare mentally for these scenarios. Furthermore, negative visualization extends to broader life challenges, like grappling with illness, loss, or contemplating our own mortality. This practice teaches us to accept that our plans might not always materialize as expected, preparing us for the unpredictability of life and enabling us to navigate its highs and lows with greater resilience and equilibrium. Emulating role models in Stoicism. An essential aspect of Stoicism is the concept of emulating a wise role model, or sage. This approach provides several advantages. Moral guidance. When confronted with ethical dilemmas, considering how a sage would act helps us make choices aligned with Stoic virtues such as courage, justice, wisdom, and moderation. Emotional regulation. In emotionally charged situations, pausing to ponder, what would the sage do, enables us to respond more thoughtfully rather than impulsively. Personal reflection and growth. This practice allows for self-examination, acknowledging our shortcomings, and fostering personal development. Inner peace. By contemplating the sage's conduct, we aim to align our actions with Stoic principles, fostering tranquility and a balanced mindset. While attaining the sage's level of perfection may be unachievable, this concept serves as a guide for continuous improvement. Marcus Aurelius highlights this practice's value by placing our issues in the context of the vastness of time and the universe, thereby offering a perspective that diminishes the weight of our individual challenges. This Stoic technique helps us maintain composure and serenity when facing life's difficulties. Perspective on life's challenges in Stoicism. Gaining perspective on our problems is a vital Stoic principle, offering various benefits. Diminishing the weight of problems. Recognizing the temporary nature of the present helps us view our problems as less significant. Issues that seem critical now may lose their urgency over time. This understanding lessens our emotional attachment to current difficulties. Enhancing resilience. Viewing our problems in a broader context strengthens our resilience. It reminds us that we have overcome similar obstacles in the past, encouraging us to persist through current hardships. Minimizing fear and anxiety. Realizing the relative scale of our problems, especially when considering the vastness of the universe, can reduce our fear and anxiety. It helps us see that many concerns are less severe than they initially appear. Cultivating gratitude. By putting our problems into perspective, we can foster a sense of gratitude for the positive aspects of our lives. We become aware of our relative fortune within the larger cosmos, recognizing that our daily issues are often minor compared to others' challenges. Overall, adopting a Stoic perspective on problems promotes a more balanced, resilient, and serene approach to overcoming life's adversities. Embracing voluntary discomfort in Stoicism. Stoicism advocates the practice of voluntary discomfort, intentionally foregoing certain luxuries to lessen dependency on external factors and enhance inner fortitude. This approach counters the cycle of hedonistic habituation, where increasing amounts of pleasure are required for the same satisfaction. Choosing discomfort breaks this cycle, teaching us that constant external stimulation isn't necessary for contentment, self-control, and discipline. Voluntary discomfort demands self-control and discipline, encouraging us to select challenging paths over easy comforts. These attributes are crucial for personal development and resilience. Recognizing abundance. Temporarily relinquishing comforts often leads to an appreciation of what we have. It fosters gratitude and the understanding that happiness doesn't hinge on material possessions. This practice also exposes our vulnerabilities and comfort zones, promoting self-awareness and personal growth. Prioritizing inner development. Stoicism places greater value on internal virtues and character development than on external achievements and pleasures. Actively choosing discomfort is a practical way to embody this philosophy, emphasizing our control over reactions to external events and our ability to thrive under adversity. This practice offers significant lessons in personal growth and fulfillment. The power of incremental progress in Stoicism. Stoicism promotes the philosophy of achieving goals through one small step each day, underscoring the impact of consistent daily habits. This method offers several advantages across various life aspects, encouraging steady progress. Adopting gradual steps towards a goal enhances the likelihood of achieving sustainable improvement, avoiding the overwhelming pressure of large, immediate changes. Cultivating self-discipline, committing to small daily actions. Fosters self-discipline and determination, essential traits for personal growth. Gradual behavioral shifts. Habit transformation is often a gradual process. Regular, minor positive actions can effectively supplant negative habits with beneficial ones. Ongoing learning and evolution. Embracing daily incremental steps embodies a commitment to continual learning and openness to new ideas and experiences. This focus helps in remaining present and reducing anxiety about future uncertainties. Momentum. Building. Small daily actions create momentum and a sense of achievement, motivating further progress and the tackling of more significant challenges. Ultimately, this philosophy suggests that significant accomplishments are attainable through persistent, modest efforts, emphasizing that meaningful change often begins with simple, consistent steps. Benefits of regular self-reflection in Stoicism. Engaging in daily self-reflection is a crucial Stoic practice for personal growth and heightened self-awareness. This habit provides an opportunity to review and learn from daily experiences. Enhanced self-understanding. Regular reflection helps in recognizing patterns in our behavior, emotions, and reactions, leading to a deeper understanding of oneself. Moments of insight. Reflecting on the events of the day allows us to identify what we did well and areas for improvement, fostering personal development. Focused goal, alignment. By reflecting on our daily actions, we can ensure they align with our long-term objectives, maintaining focus on our goals. Alleviating stress. Writing down concerns and stresses helps in processing them more effectively, thereby reducing their emotional impact. Cultivating positivity. Focusing on the positive aspects of each day through reflection encourages a more optimistic outlook and a sense of gratitude. This practice enhances our readiness to handle future challenges and adapt to changing situations. Daily reflection can be incorporated into our routines in various ways, such as journaling, note-taking, or quiet contemplation. Consistency in this practice is key to experiencing its full benefits over time. Implementing Stoicism for lasting change. Embracing Stoic philosophy is a journey that requires time, patience, and consistent effort. The transformation it brings is gradual but profound, impacting both personal growth and our ability to face life's challenges. Starting with just one Stoic practice and integrating it into daily life is the initial step. The aim isn't immediate perfection, but a steady incorporation of Stoic principles into everyday routines. Over time, these principles foster increased resilience, enabling better management of stress and emotional upheaval, and leading to a sense of inner peace and resolve. The positive shifts brought about by practicing Stoicism extend beyond personal well-being to influence interactions with the broader world. Maintaining commitment to this philosophical path, despite challenges, is key to experiencing its transformative effects. Stoicism is less a destination and more a continuous path of self-improvement. With ongoing dedication, the benefits of Stoicism become more evident, contributing to significant personal development and life enhancement. Seneca's insights on time management. Seneca, a renowned Stoic philosopher, addressed timeless issues in his essay, The Length of Life, such as the constant busyness, lack of rest, and the swift passage of time, concerns that resonate even today. These challenges, prevalent since ancient times, continue to affect modern life, with many struggling to balance numerous responsibilities and scarce leisure. Despite the universal allocation of 24 hours a day and the finite nature of life, differences in time management are evident among individuals. Seneca's work serves as a reminder to periodically assess how we spend our time and to consider whether we could utilize it more effectively. A brief overview of Seneca. He stands among the key figures in Stoicism, alongside Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus. His role as an advisor to Emperor Nero and his contributions to literature, particularly his philosophical essays and the letters to Lucilius, highlight his profound insights into life and human nature. Seneca's wisdom on making the most of time. Seneca, in his teachings, presents insightful perspectives on time management. He famously stated, "Life is not inherently short. Rather, we shorten it through our actions. We don't lack time. Instead, we waste it." He compares life to a vast fortune that vanishes when mishandled, whereas even modest resources can grow under careful stewardship. Similarly, life becomes abundant for those who organize it well. Criticizing nature for our short lives is misguided, as life is sufficiently long for those who use it wisely. Everyone is granted the same 24 hours each day, and it's up to us how we choose to spend them. Since we can't foresee how much time we have left, Seneca urges us to live each day as if it's our last. Often people live as though they have an endless supply of time, neglecting their fragility and the time already passed. This leads to squandering precious moments on transient desires and fears. Despite past time wastage, the future remains unaffected. Each new day offers an opportunity to make better use of our time, presenting us with choices and responsibilities on how to spend it most effectively. Seneca's message encourages a mindful approach to time, emphasizing the importance of valuing and maximizing each moment. Seneca on protecting time as a valuable asset. Seneca observed that people fiercely defend their physical possessions, like land, yet paradoxically, they often freely give away their time, which is equally valuable. He noted the irony in how people safeguard their wealth and legacy with great discipline, yet treat their time as if it were endless and expendable. This behavior reflects a peculiar contradiction. We view time as money, yet are more inclined to squander time than money. Our busyness often results from self-imposed obligations and activities we agree to, many of which could be declined. This includes demanding jobs, long commutes, memberships in various clubs, and unnecessary social commitments. In addition, much of our time is consumed by self-created distractions such as hours spent watching TV or engaging in social media and messaging. This pattern raises the question of whether we are truly making the best use of our time. It suggests that we should apply the same rigor in managing our time as we do with our financial assets, considering how our daily choices impact the valuable yet finite resource of time we possess. Seneca on living with intention and purpose. Seneca emphasized the importance of living each day with intention and treating it as potentially our last, free from the anxieties of tomorrow. He proposed the idea that true joy comes from fully embracing and enjoying each moment. He advised living consciously, with a sense of purpose in every action, rather than merely keeping busy. He illustrated this through the example of travelers who are so preoccupied with their journey that they reach their destination without truly experiencing it. Similarly, life can pass us by if we live on autopilot, without consciously engaging in our actions. Recognizing the finitude of our time is crucial. Every day could be our last, a sobering but powerful reminder to live purposefully. Seneca distinguished between merely existing and truly living. Existence without purpose, driven by misplaced passions or ambition, is not genuine living. True living involves actively managing our time and focusing on meaningful goals. While the nature of these goals varies, the act of living with intention is what counts. Seneca also advocated for the study of philosophy, particularly Stoicism, during our free time. He suggested learning to appreciate virtues, control desires, and maintain tranquility amid challenges, enriching our lives and enabling us to live more meaningfully. In summary, Seneca's teachings guide us to 1. Live each day as if it were our last. 2. Prioritize personal values and goals. And 3. Use time wisely to avoid a life on autopilot. To underscore the importance of his advice, Seneca stated in The Length of Life, "Those who neglect the past, let the present escape, and dread the future, end up living the shortest, most anxious lives. They only realize their inaction when it's too late, at life's end." Reflecting on this, I embraced the practice of journaling, inspired by Emperor Marcus Aurelius. I procured small notebooks to jot down my thoughts and reflections, a technique from antiquity. In these pages, I recorded personal guidelines, learnings, and observations, setting clear intentions for application. Initially, I wrote sporadically, guided by inspiration or emotional need. Gradually, I committed to daily entries, reassessing my progress and choosing to continue this reflective journey. Objectives of journaling in Stoicism. My journal encompasses 3 types of entries: concise directives, ideas for actionable guidance, and personal challenges viewed through a Stoic lens. The primary goal is to extract practical advice from each entry, readily applicable to my life. Occasionally, I explore criticisms of Stoicism, assessing the validity and fallacies in these viewpoints. This process reinforces my understanding of Stoic principles. Embracing Seneca's advice to be our own best friend, my journaling approach blends self-discipline with self-compassion. This mindset makes self-reflection less daunting, akin to confiding in a trusted confidant. My entries often emphasize self-care, underlining the importance of rest, nutrition, and mental well-being. By treating myself as I would a close friend, I ensure my own needs are met before pursuing broader goals. This approach to journaling fosters a balanced, kind, and reasonable self-dialogue, crucial for personal development and adherence to Stoic values. Advantages of reflective writing for self-improvement. The practice of journaling yields several benefits beyond mere calmness and clarity. Firstly, it facilitates self-discovery. Regularly articulating your thoughts helps identify personal preferences, challenges, and strengths, embodying the ancient wisdom of know yourself. This self-awareness is pivotal for effective personal and interpersonal functioning. It enables you to understand and support yourself, recognize your boundaries, acknowledge areas for growth, and appreciate your progress. Secondly, journaling embodies the principle of practice makes perfect. By repeatedly documenting how you handle various situations calmly, you're essentially rehearsing for future events. This process gradually ingrains these responses as habits, reducing the impact of previously troubling issues. Over time, you'll notice a shift in how you react to challenges as what once caused distress becomes more manageable through this consistent, reflective practice. Journaling's impact beyond personal growth. Journaling not only aids personal development, but can also extend its benefits to others. I recall revisiting my journal entries to assess my progress and revisit recurring themes or forgotten lessons. During this reflection, I encountered a friend's issue, similar to a topic I had journaled about. Initially, I was uneasy with a conclusion reached by someone else regarding my friend's situation, unsure why it felt off. Upon reviewing my journal, I experienced a moment of clarity and shared my insights with her. The advice I offered differed significantly from the previous perspective. Rather than labeling her actions negatively, I suggested she explore the underlying motivations and needs driving her behavior, opening a path for healthier alternatives and personal growth. This approach recognized her potential for development, leading her to express gratitude and an increased sense of well-being following my advice. Thus, journaling proved beneficial not only for my self-reflection, but also as a tool for thoughtfully addressing and assisting others in their challenges. Guidance in offering advice from a Stoic perspective. When providing guidance to others, it's essential to clarify that you are not claiming expertise in life's journey. I often preface my advice with, "I'm not here to dictate your actions, but consider reflecting on these questions." This approach acknowledges that one doesn't possess all the answers and emphasizes thoughtful consideration rather than imposition. Such advice should be well considered, explaining the reasoning behind the suggested path, akin to the examples discussed earlier. For effective use of Stoic methods in advising others, familiarity with Stoic teachings is beneficial. I regularly engage with the writings of Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, often reading a chapter from one of their works as part of my nightly routine. This reading not only reinforces my understanding of Stoicism, but also prepares me mentally to apply these principles in my journal reflections. Being a lifelong learner is a fundamental aspect of Stoicism, acknowledging the ongoing nature of acquiring wisdom and understanding. The rewards of engaging with Stoic writings. Delving into Stoic literature, both primary and secondary sources, provides an endless wellspring of inspiration for reflective writing. It's beneficial to focus on personal insights and challenges in journal entries. However, on days when personal revelations are scarce, or when challenges are easily managed, drawing on the wisdom of Stoic predecessors can be enlightening. Revisiting and refining previous entries can also be a productive exercise. This repetition not only reinforces the lessons, but may also lead to deeper understanding or more succinct expressions of ideas. Writing regularly about gratitude is another valuable practice. Whether focusing on immediate feelings of thankfulness or creating a broader list of gratitudes, this exercise fosters a sense of peace and contentment with one's current life. Additionally, envisioning the ideal Stoic or an aspirational future self can provide clear direction for personal behavior and goals. Reflecting on these ideals daily helps to align actions with desired outcomes, fostering continuous progress towards becoming the best version of oneself. Embracing Stoicism involves rational thinking for personal and societal benefit. While journaling is a powerful tool in this pursuit, the approach to learning and practicing Stoicism can vary. Key elements for effectively practicing Stoicism include a serious commitment, daily effort, careful consideration, and clear objectives. This disciplined approach ensures steady progress on the path of Stoic philosophy.